I want you to feel as comfortable as possible. I want to just get this stuff out of the room.
Run away, go live your happy little life without me. You got it, you win.
Do you want me to not pack?
I already told you I didn't want to break up. Don't ask me any more f***ing questions about what I want.
Erin, I don't know what to do right now. I don't know what to do.
The correct thing is probably just to leave. If you're into fitness and you're on Instagram, you've probably came across the person I'm about to talk about, Brian DeCosta. I've been following him now for probably a good few years, and I happened to see this video pop up.
My ex-girlfriend is spreading false information that I was physically abusive to her, and I can't stay silent while this is happening and affecting my whole life.
And for those of you wondering, this was the girl he was talking about. This was his ex-girlfriend. They were dating for like around 2 years, and I'm going to be completely honest. Straight away, I was like, damn it. Did he do this? You always kind of think the woman potentially is going to be right. But then I started thinking, I've been watching this guy for years and he's never given me that vibe. I can at least watch this full video. And after watching that and watching her video, which I'm going to show you both, it somewhat comes across like a Amber Heard, Johnny Depp scenario. And this isn't typically a video I'd talk about. However, even though we do love women over here, we do definitely, especially as of late, try and support men's issues. So what I'm going to do now basically show you the clips that she's been posting on TikTok and then go back to his receipts, which is going to showcase everything's not what it seems. Because if you was to watch her video by itself, you would naturally just think, yo, this guy's a scumbag.
Honestly, wish you got more of her. I don't give a fuck.
So basically in the audio, you can hear Brian saying to her, honestly, I hope you got more hurt. I don't give a fuck. From that alone, it just sounds terrible. She's posted that, it's gone viral. A bunch of other people that obviously are dealing with their own issues in their own life saw this and started going, oh my god, girl, we're supporting you, we stand with you, he's scum. And obviously a lot of people in the comments don't know both sides because they've just seen this one video. But in saying that, when you're watching these clips on screen, I guarantee in your head you're probably thinking, TJ, what on earth are you on about? Are you siding with the abuser? Even though I do have my opinion about who I think is probably more in the wrong, I'm just going to show you both sides so you can make your judgment, because he's getting kind of a raw deal. And that's the main reason why I'm making the video, because if this ever was me in the situation where I know I potentially didn't do anything and everybody's just taking the girl's side, flooding his page with death threats and everything because of what she's been posting on her TikTok, I would hope people in general would come to my defense and just kind of highlight my side of the story. And that's what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do now is play his video. It's like 28 minutes long. We're not going to play it all. I will link down the full thing below if you actually want to watch it.
The last thing I've ever wanted to do in my life is to record a video like this. However, I have to do it for my own sake. At the time of this recording, this is 2 months ago, Erin and I went to a cooking class and we got in a disagreement in the car. And I believe Erin made a snarky comment about something I posted on my Instagram story.
So to save you from hearing like a long spiel, because this video is long, they got into an argument over something dumb. He had a picture posted from like literally 10 years ago, long before he met her. And they started moaning about whether that was his girlfriend. Apparently they do this often. Like they had a big argument as well over someone burnt some bread, which is, you know. But after that argument about this picture, this is what happens.
When we got home and the disagreement continued in the kitchen, I decided to go in our basement, which is what I would often do, and go to bed, because we stayed in the same bedroom, the master bedroom together. Things would have just escalated.
What was with the last 3 weeks that were fake as fuck?
I'm not talking to you.
Why are you
I'm not talking to you. I'll talk to you in the morning.
About what?
I'll talk to you in the morning. You said fuck you out of nowhere.
And I go downstairs, shut off the lights, shut the door, and I'm gonna go to bed.
And now to speed up this section, they basically were in the same house, him downstairs in the basement, her upstairs, texting each other because they're too heated to talk to each other. And eventually, she basically approaches the basement, and this is when the big incident happens where apparently she gained all the bruises.
About 30 minutes or so goes by, she had stopped texting me. I'm like, okay, things are calm, whatever. Next thing I know, the light flips on to the basement downstairs. I get up out of bed, and I crack the door and look out and see that she's walking down the stairs and filming. So I shut the door, and I grabbed my phone so I could also start filming. And this is a habit that Erin and I had built in our relationship dating back to probably April of this year, is I initially started voice recording our conversations so we could share it with a therapist. She comes to the door of the bedroom that I'm in and is trying to open the door.
And then I'm coming down there literally trying to talk to you, trying to get into a room in our house. You're way bigger than me, way stronger than me. You're sitting there holding the door shut. To open a fucking door in the house that we live in together.
Yes, and I told you I did not feel safe.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
Before he continues, that is one of the biggest, what do they say, gaslighting things. Like a girl was said, but you're so much bigger than me. You shouldn't be afraid of me. Like, bro, that don't work, because all it takes is they could scratch you 10 times and you accidentally shove them once, and that bruise will basically end you in it. So this is like a smart thing he's done. In those scenarios, the best thing you can do is lock yourself away in a different room and film. This is just something that men have to do. This is just, it is almost a fact. So him hiding downstairs, although it sounds crazy because he's a massive professional bodybuilder, but you can hear from how she sounds, like she sounds aggressive. You can hear the anger in her voice. Considering this all started over a picture from Facebook 10 years ago, you gotta think, Jesus, what do you act like when a real argument presents itself?
And I'm telling her, Erin, do not come in this room. I don't feel safe. Please leave me alone. At this point, it's probably around, I would say, midnight or so, maybe 11:30. She now at this point has her leg in the doorway in between the door frame and the door itself. So I can't shut the door. So I'm just holding it shut. It's like 6 inches open and we're in this stalemate. I'm not letting her in the room. I don't want to engage. Then she kicks it up a notch. She starts full on barging the door with her elbow, and she is with all of her might just trying to force me out of the way and get into the bedroom. And she's starting to succeed at this. In response to this, I pushed her out of the door and immediately slammed the door and dragged a big dresser that I had at the base of the bed up against the door so she couldn't get in the door. When I pushed her out of the room, she fell into a wall and hit her shoulder on the drywall, put a little hole in the drywall, and fell on the floor. She's hysterically crying, extremely upset. What did you do to me? I can't believe you did this.
So first off, the first thing that comes to mind, remember Jonathan Majors, the guy that played Kang in those Marvel movies? If you remember him, he got cancelled, and basically his girl was attacking him, and then because she took his phone because he was texting other women, and he didn't beat her or anything. He literally was grappling to get his phone back. He finally got it and ran for like 20 minutes from her. And there's even video footage of her chased him down, and he still lost the case and got convicted. So this is literally what I'm thinking in my head, because if I push a girl like that and she's got somewhat bruises, it doesn't matter if she hit me first, I'm assuming that my life's done. As a whole, this is just a mad toxic relationship, and I hate saying that word toxic, but this definitely qualifies as that. And apparently for months upon months, they have these issues over non-stop little small things, and it becomes screaming matches. But when you go on like YouTube, you can see these people like bonding, looking happy, which is why you should never like believe everything you see. Because like, for example, they're all happy here doing this little try on haul together, looking happy as Larry, right? But behind closed doors, they was living in turmoil. You don't know what's happening behind closed doors. You gotta think about like these people here. Look at them. Look at them looking at each other all lovingly. You'd think that everything's blessed. And this is a side note. As I always say to my friends as a joke, if you ever date a girl who's got eyes like these, like really like intensely piercing eyes, I've always said, even if they're pretty, run. Because the eyes never lie. Anyway, tangent aside, that's just something that I've noticed in my life. Eyes.
She then gets up, tries to get into the bedroom again, forcefully trying to open the door, is yelling at this point, "You're going to go to jail. I can't believe you did this." I know that I recorded the whole situation, so I'm not worried at all.
Literally, you did not need to fucking push me into a wall. You could have just shut the door.
I couldn't shut the door, Erin. You were shoving yourself into the door.
Okay, Brian.
I could not shut the door.
You literally are infinitely so much stronger than me, and you're really trying to sit here and convince me that you could shut the door.
Erin,
Are you fucking crazy?
I could not shut the door because your leg was in the door.
I get up in the morning and I go upstairs. She says, "I can't believe what you did to me last night." And I explained to her, "Erin, you were the aggressor in that situation. I was simply defending myself, pushed you out of the doorway. I wish the situation didn't happen."
So far, you've heard like a couple recordings. You can clearly hear that she definitely was the aggressor. Like, he's hiding in the basement. Yet still, after all of that, she wakes up, whether she's forgotten or she's manipulative on purpose, saying that he is the one that attacked her and she can't believe he did it. And this is playing the victim role. This is something that a lot of dudes have to be very careful about. And I always say, you have to pick whoever you're dating carefully, because if you're dating a bitch and who's willing to potentially lie or change the facts, whether it's because they forget or they literally are evil, you are going to be screwed. Which is why I always say, like, in these scenarios, don't ignore too many red flags. As he'll go on to say later on, there was many instances that led up to this.
Ultimately, she said, "You were the aggressor." And I told her, "I have proof on my phone." And she said, "No, you don't. I believe I have this on voice recording as well." At which time I checked my phone and none of the videos that I had recorded that night were on there.
As soon as she said that, I knew exactly what happened. He went on his iCloud and deleted it from the computer, because unless she's a ninja and managed to stealthily sneak into the basement, she has to have just done it from upstairs.
At this point, I start questioning her. Where are the videos that I recorded?
You don't even have the videos, and I know you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. You should look at your camera roll right now. They're not there. How did
In
I
my
sneak
videos?
in the room? You literally had the room barricaded. I literally stood up here with this.
Aaron, all the videos that I had last night are not on my phone anymore.
So in essence, just to speed this up, because they argue for a bit, all the evidence of videos that he filmed of the incident, of like showing how she was the main aggressor and the footage he could use to defend himself, she went on his iCloud and deleted them off his phone and deleted them from the rubbish bin too. So they're permanently gone. He speaks about trying to like go onto iCloud, restore and everything, and she's removed it from all of them. And in case you've got any doubt, at some point in the video, she does admit to deleting them. But right now, she's lying, saying that I haven't done anything, even though it's clearly obvious from what she said. She did delete the videos. And I think for a good while, she pretends that she didn't do anything and he's just crazy and they never happened and he dreamt it.
No, I was video recording.
No,
I was watching them back on my phone. You went downstairs and deleted them off my phone?
Angela, right here, I was like, how do you not know what she's done? She's clearly went on your laptop and done it upstairs.
I go downstairs and delete them when you literally barricaded, could not open the door.
Why did you do that?
I didn't delete your videos, Brian.
And you gotta think, this is the type of person that now has technically bruises on her body because of the shove he did the night before. He hasn't got video footage anymore to like back his side. Thankfully, he has at least the voice recordings. And I think that's simply because they save it in a different place when it comes to iPhone. So for you to delete them, you would have to like, it's a little bit more difficult. Whereas videos and pictures, they just go in that album and it's very easy to find. It's very quick to like delete those. She probably didn't think to search for the audio files. Otherwise, he wouldn't have those too. Imagine if he didn't have any of the receipts. If once you watch this full video, you have to think, if he didn't have any of this, but she still had the videos that she's been posting on TikTok, he would be done. I guarantee even hardcore followers that actually like the guy would probably second guess him.
Turns out, and she had finally admitted this to me a day or two later, that she that night had gotten on my computer, my MacBook, and gone onto my Photos app and deleted the videos that way.
So before we move along, I wanted to just show you literally her admitting to deleting these videos because he did have evidence. That is an important thing because you have to think, for her to go out of her way to literally hack into his laptop and delete them is very that's very manipulative to make sure that only her side could get out because she knew those videos made her look bad.
The fact that you went to a level to delete my side of the story.
I shouldn't have deleted them. I did it so fucking fast and I deleted them because I literally thought that the next morning I didn't think that it was gonna blow into this whole situation. And also the last video that you have is fucking terrible. You literally positioned to make it look like I'm trying to break into this fucking room while you have this terrified dog. The dog is scared because you literally just threw me against a wall.
Even in the part where she's admitting to like deleting bits that made her look bad, she ends it with, because you threw me in the wall. She has in her brain, I believe, convinced herself that she truly is the main victim here. And she's not realizing that they're both technically probably in the wrong. Like, they're both arguing back and forth. I do personally, based on what I'm hearing and the evidence that I've seen, because I've watched this all once already, I do think that she definitely was the aggressor. But I don't even know what I'm going to say. Like, she definitely was the aggressor. I'm trying to give them both, make them both culpable. But honestly, it's hard to kind of think what Brian could have done differently. Like, maybe not the shove. The shove bit probably was too much. But in the moment, I can imagine after, I'm not going to say that. All I'm going to say is that Brian probably shouldn't have shoved it. That's probably the best bet.
Should I have deleted the videos? No.
And at this point, I know our relationship needs to end.
I want you to feel as comfortable as possible. I want to just get this stuff out of the room.
Run away. Go live your happy little life without me. You got it. You win. I'm sure you're better off on the other side. Definitely living a better life.
Erin, this made it so much easier for me to
Cool.
get out of here, honestly.
Awesome.
Like, this is insane.
Yeah, you've made it so easy for me too. You literally told me that you feel stuck in this relationship and that you didn't want to stay with me all day, yet you asked me to go on a walk.
Why do you keep bringing up a walk? I thought it was a nice gesture to, like, let's get fresh air. Let's go
I'm
outside.
gonna dump you and then I'm gonna give you a nice gesture of asking you to go on a fucking walk, but you don't even have the fucking decency to actually dump me. You just said it in a way that I had to, like, take it out of fucking context?
This just shows that you got to be super vigilant about who you decide to date. It's a dangerous thing. You know what I mean? Like, oftentimes, women will overshadow some of the issues men get. I'm not saying that everyone that calls DV, that's a woman, is lying. obviously. However, there's certain times when you have to think of nuance, because when she first released her video, non-stop people were slating him and literally flooding to his pages, calling him a piece of shit. And it's only when people have went back and watched this, including women, where they've actually said, I can't believe Erin's done this. I've followed her for years. I can't believe how she gaslit the situation and made you seem crazy, whereas it looks like, at least from this instance, that she was the one that was really provoking you and attacking you. So at least some people like that have seen sense. Some people, literally, because of the single shove, they don't care what happened before. They don't care how aggressive she was. Because he did the shove, they automatically have labeled him as bad, which they have the right to do that if they want to think that. Me, personally, I believe in nuance. You got to think, in the scenario that he's actually innocent and outside of this one instance of shoving, he's being the main person that's being aggressed against. You've got to think, damn.
Erin.
You ask me if I want to break up, I say no. You don't even break up with me. It's just supposed to be like expected that I knew we were broken up leaving that conversation. I thought me sending you that text was a nice like, hey, Bridgeway text for us to come home and like try to work things out and move through things. Yet, meanwhile, I didn't realize that while I was gone, you were going to start packing.
This sounds exhausting. So in this instance here, the main issue she's upset about is that he said he wants to break up with her. And because I think they've done this sort of cycle before, she assumed he was going to like end up just staying. So he was packing his stuff to leave and he was telling her to go to her gym, which she owns, and just train there for a couple hours while I pack up my stuff so I can leave. And she basically didn't want to do that because once you do that, obviously he's gone.
Do you want me to not pack? And I'll pack...
I already told you I didn't want to break up. Don't ask me any more fucking questions about what I want. You told me you want to leave me, so fucking leave. You are making this choice. Don't ask me.
Erin, I don't know what to do right now. I don't know what to do.
The correct thing is probably just to leave. Yeah, she sounds crazy. I would have probably left at that point. I would have grabbed as much stuff as I needed. Laptop, phone, all the main, vital things I need. I would have packed that up and left, and then I probably would have came back another time with a friend, so I have a witness, and then probably got my stuff.
You want to know why I can't make it work and why I can't move forward?
No, I want to know why you...
It's because by you breaking my trust, getting on my phone, and deleting my side of a very, very emotionally charged and heightened...
You can definitely tell that they go to therapy because they're using terms I've never said in my life. Emotionally charged, I have never said that phrase in my life. And even the bits when they say, I'm feeling unsafe, like things like that, the way they phrased it, you can tell it's like therapy speak, because a normal person would say, I don't feel safe. Very few I've met in real life ever say, I feel unsafe. And this isn't to clown them, I'm just saying, when I've been hearing all these terms, or maybe it's just me, but I've never spoke like this. Let me know if you guys do. Like if you actually have heard someone say, this is an emotionally charged environment, then fair enough. I've only ever heard that, maybe on the news.
And then we stayed with each other for a full month after that until I finally decided that I needed to be out of the relationship. And every single time we would get in a disagreement after that situation in August, Erin would threaten to call the police. She would threaten to have me thrown in jail. Basically, she would hold this over my head, the fact that she had a video of me pushing her as leverage to be able to get me arrested, essentially.
So like I said earlier, unless I cropped it out, this is a terrible relationship, and people in these cycles of toxic bullshit, they will often stay much longer than they're meant to, because based on what happened initially, you would probably think the smart thing is to leave. And that is the smart thing to do when you're listening to your brain. However, when you're emotionally involved with someone, you will do stupid stuff. You're probably going to put up with a lot more stupid crap, hoping things will change. And that's from both sides, whether you're a woman or a man. You have to almost fight that thought or that emotion and do what's fucking common sense. Because in honesty, using your brain, you can hear this situation is just not great. She's damn near blackmailing him to stay at this point. For example, the last bit of the video is all his texts. And at some points, he's basically just saying that I want to leave. And she starts alluding to the fact that I don't know what I'm going to do anymore. I'm almost 27 now. To start over now, I don't want to do it. She starts basically letting off this whole rant about like, she feels like starting over now at 27 is going to be the end of it. And she wants to, if he doesn't stay. And that's some emotional blackmail. Even in some of the messages like this, like you can hear like the anger in her voice. And then literally for the next 3-4 minutes is non-stop messages of her basically trying to convince him not to leave and stay with her. Yeah, and that's how it ends. So this is just a testament to say that when you hear these stories, do your double due diligence, simply because you can't just listen to one side of a story and instantly condemn the other, unless it's like outrageous, like a Puff Daddy situation where you literally see a video in long form doing something heinous. It's just for you guys going forward in real life. You hear these things happen, always try and listen. And women, when guys often say like what happened and try and get more information, don't take it as them thinking that you're a complete liar or the person's lying. It's just because you have to give the double take. Because if I'd watched her video first, chances are I probably may not have even went and watched his one. However, it's only the fact that I thought I've been following for years. Let me at least give the time of day to spend 30 minutes watching his take. And just to make it clear, in the event that Brian's guilty of other situations, then throw him under the jail. However, in at least this instance where they both have receipts and he's got a lot of information that shows that she technically is fudging or at least lying about her part in all of this. Anyways, people, thanks for watching the video. This is a very different type of video than what I would normally make. I class these ones as passion projects, so this isn't something that's going to do good views on YouTube. And I don't care if he does. It's more just to give my support to Brian, because in my opinion, it looks like he's getting a little bit of a raw deal. So if you did condemn Brian before this, please comment down below. Do you still feel that way? Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one.